Hello, everybody. This is a pre-intermediate non-synchronous lesson for Elizabeth, who cannot assist today, and she doesn't want to lose her lesson. Today, we are going to work with question words. In this case, we are going to work with our usual book, where we are going to read a text about the Wilson sisters. We are going to work on the simple present tense, and after we read our text, we are going to make the questions so we can answer these answers. For example, in this exercise, the answer is she lives in London. So the question that we may ask is, where does live? That's wrong. Rosemary lives in the United States, or in the USA is the same. Live, la conjugación con S, que es para la tercera persona, he, she, it. Aprovechamos esta forma de pregunta y vemos que se cumple lo mismo de que el auxiliar se lleva esta conjugación para el he, she, it. Does Rosemary stay, not stays, in a hotel? Blah, 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 blah. No, she stays at her sister. Se queda en la casa de su hermana. No, she doesn't stay in a hotel. She stays, como acá sí es un statement, sí es una afirmativa, she stays with Jennifer. Podemos decir with her sister, at Jennifer's home, or at her sister's home, etc. And the last one, they see each other every weekend. Is this true? No. She goes to England 2 or 3 times a year, so that they don't see each other every weekend. So we should say, no, they don't see each other every weekend. Y podemos agregar, they see each other 2 or 3 times a year. Very good. How did it go? Did it go okay? So, how was it? Let me know. Okay, are you ready to continue with the next exercise? Let's go for it. In this case, what we have to do is to make the questions to get the answer given. So, we are going to read the answers and then figure out what should we ask to get that information. I recommend you once again to stop right now the video, to make your own choices, to decide your own answers, because we work differently when we work by ourselves or when we follow a guide. The idea is that you work as if you hadn't, as if you don't have any guide, okay? And let's see what happened. Do you agree? I hope so. After you do that, play the video again and check your answers, okay? So let's move on. So we've got the first one, we already read it as an example. And the next answer is at 3 a.m. So 3 a.m. is the time that Jennifer gets up. So the question should be, what time does Jennifer gets up? Fíjense entonces que vamos haciendo hincapié en esto del uso del simple present en los preguntas, afirmaciones y negaciones. The answer is at about 10:30 a.m. So the questions, that information belong to what time does she finish work? What time does she finish work? Next answer is in Beverly Hills. In Beverly Hills is the place where Rosemary lives now, or lives. Both options are okay. What time, sorry, where does Rosemary live? Or you can say, where does Rosemary live now? In Beverly Hills. Next questions. 2 or 3 times a year is the answer. 2 or 3 times a year. And the information is here. That is the answer to what? How often does Rosemary, how often does Rosemary come or go, both are okay, to England? In the first case, we are in England, come. And in the second case, go, we are not in England. But both options are okay. This is a tough question. How often? Frecuencia, cuán a menudo. To play tennis is the answer. To play, here it's the information. To play, what does she play? Tennis. So the question would be the reason why Rosemary is in England. Why does Rosemary go or come to England? To play tennis. And the last one, with her sister. With her sister is the answer. So the question would be, she always stays with her sister. With her sister. Who, con quién, does she stay with? Con quién se queda? Or who does Rosemary stay with? Or who does Rosemary stays with when she goes? Y acá sí tengo que poner porque este does ya está conjugado para el stay. Pero este goes o el comes tendríamos que volver a conjugarlo y ahí es como que estuviéramos haciendo una afirmación, ¿no? O sea, ¿con quién se queda cuando viene o cuando va a Inglaterra? Ella va a Inglaterra, ella viene a Inglaterra, es una afirmación, ¿sí? ¿Con quién se queda? Es la pregunta. Entonces el stay sin ese, porque se le absorbe el does, pero el goes o comes lo mantiene. ¿Hasta aquí se entiende? Entonces, espero que sí. Si no se entiende, dudas, preguntas, sugerencias, por favor, no dejen de despejarlas. Eli, see you next class. And everybody else, see you in the next video. Thank you for being there. Goodbye.